the heart of the Ria de Vigo is a small town called Moaña. There, one of the most important dynasties in Galician football was born. The Aspas Juncal family.
I wouldn't know how to explain it, but it's true that since we were young, we've all always liked football a lot. We've all got each other hooked on it. My brother got me into it, my older brother did so with Jonathan, and we used to play together every day. We lived a few meters from the old Moaña ground. We had a ball at our feet all the time. I'll try and pass this down to my son and nephews so they also continue to have ties to football.
Before Iago Aspas rose to fame, it was Jonathan Aspas who represented the family at Celta Vigo. He played for the side that took part in the Champions League. Now it's the younger brother who has become one of the most important players in the club's history. It could have all been very different, however, had he not been so resourceful on his first day.
I came here really excited, although it wasn't like what you see now. When we got here, my uncle looked up the rules for the trials and saw it was for children born in 1986, but I was born in '87, and I started crying because I'd been really excited about the idea of training. My uncle told me we were going to lie about my age. You didn't have to bring an ID card or anything like that on the first day, so I told them my birthday but changed the year.
Aspas made his debut with the first team in the 2007-8 season. In his first game at Balaidos, he left the field on the shoulders of his teammates. He'd scored 2 goals after coming on as a substitute to save Celta from relegation to the 3rd division. Since then, the club have experienced an upturn in fortunes and have got back into Europe under the management of another historic figure, Eduardo Berizzo.
He's a close, friendly person with the players, but he always wants to get the best performance out of each of us, of course. It's not just Berizzo either, there are his predecessors too. The last 7 or 8 years in which Celta have made a very notable growth have got a lot to do with the project that the club have stabilised and many other things besides. Our objective, as it has been for the past 3 or 4 years, is to finish in the top 10. I think that's a big achievement. I think we're where we deserve to be.
However, there was a day in which Celta and Iago Aspas' paths separated temporarily.
I've always said I found it hard to leave at the time, but I think it was the right time. It was a good offer for the club and for me. It didn't work out as I'd hoped, and in the end I was able to return, which was a joy both for the club and for myself.
Before he came home, Celta's prodigal son had another experience in La Liga when he joined Sevilla from Liverpool. Unai Emery didn't give him too many chances. But despite this, the striker has good memories from his time down south. There, he won the Europa League.
I think that on an individual level I didn't play the amount of minutes I would have liked, but on a collective level it was a great season. I think we had an exceptional group. Besides the starting 11, we had 22 or 23 players at a very high level, and that was the key to winning a trophy.
Marca Iago Aspas.
I think La Liga is very balanced. Sevilla and Atletico are up there. I think we would all like to see that continue right until the end of the season, but you have to take into account how difficult it is to fight with the two big clubs. Of course I'd like it if Sevilla won. As I said, I'd like a change from Barcelona and Madrid, but I insist, it's very difficult.
Aspas returned to Vigo last season and is performing at his very best. He's a complete striker who provides assists and creates chances. But above all, he's a goal scorer. This term, he's the top Spanish marksman in the top flight and has earned a place in Julen Lopetegui's Spain squad. He emphasises the importance of attitude in his success.
You have to play as if it was your first time and leave everything on the pitch. Not just at Balaidos either, but in every game. I always give everything for my team. For me, because of everything the club means to me, the most special game will always be the derby against Deportivo. In general, they're special matches. There's a lot of tension. That's why I think the team who are able to handle things best usually get the win. I've tried everything I had to try. Now I'd like to stay here for as many years as I can. I said this when I came back 2 years ago. I hope to be here for as many years as I can, as long as they want me. It's not just my job. Football's something that I love. I've always been around it since I was a kid. I love this sport. I hope when I retire, I can continue having ties with football.